Where were we? Yes, at Path to Traveler. The ambition is certainly high, and I'm aware that I can turn that dream into reality whenever I want, even as early as tomorrow. I know I have the right spirit, and to be honest, I'm not lacking in courage, but there are still some question marks to be resolved before taking this big leap into the unknown. I really want to leave everything behind and make a huge change in my life, but I'm not naive and I don't intend to rush into writing this chapter without first planning a solid outline around which to build and tell my new story, groping completely in the dark. This is the most important journey of my life, and I don't want to risk doing it blindly, ruining everything just because I took too many risks, rushing ahead and acting naively. I am about to go in search of my happiness, and to be honest, this enormous journey has practically already begun, and the Camino de Santiago has played a fundamental role. As I have already said, the places I am going to explore and recount will only be the backdrop to a much greater journey, and the steps I am taking as I venture farther and farther into my inner self are certainly already part of it. But before I can pack my bags, there is a big challenge to overcome, which makes the plot a little more interesting to unravel. If I take a moment to step back and observe myself from the outside, I realize how lucky I am. I am very young, in excellent health, incredibly comfortable with myself, and I have a job that I enjoy and find stimulating. I live in a wonderful house, I share my life with a wonderful family of friends, whom I now consider my brother and sisters, and I find myself the son of parents who have never restricted my choices in life, but who have always supported and encouraged me to create something truly my own. But now, after all this time, all the choices I have made in the past that have led me to be who I am today, I find myself with the desire and the opportunity to change course completely. I realize that I still have the great opportunity to choose, to be able to step off the track of goals to be achieved on autopilot, a degree, a job, a house, and to shape and mold my own personal path in search of my happiness. I already have a lot, and I could make do with that, but I don't want all the certainties of this moment to tempt me to put an end to it, and thus conclude the book of my life, moving forward by inertia. I feel that there is more, it can be whole here. And it's not a question of never having enough, typical of the Western mentality, it's a thought that goes a little farther. I have always interpreted it as a need to fill a void that everything I already possess is unable to fill, but I have to change my point of view. Because I'm not looking for something to fill a void, on the contrary, I need a void to fill. I want to start over because the baggage I was filling is now full to the brim and I have already put everything I could accumulate inside. I now want to start from scratch, opening a new bag. I'm undoubtedly afraid of the uncertainty I will face tomorrow, but it's precisely this uncertainty that adds enough spice to flavor the story that has yet to be written by my own hands. After so many years of dealing with anxiety about tests, exams and university assessments, the fear of moving away from home at only 18, and the fear of what might await me once I finished my studies, I find myself at a stage in my life where I feel like I no longer have to fight to achieve anything because of the routine life I am living. It may just be a temporary perception, and who knows what other obstacles and great challenges may appear at any moment, but right now I feel I have too many certainties. This situation creates inner discomfort, and I feel that I have no real purpose. This is precisely the challenge I mentioned earlier, to investigate deeply in order to discover and achieve my purpose while having to face the total uncertainty that tomorrow will bring. I have no intention of remaining in this comfort zone that I have earned over the years, albeit with considerable effort and sacrifice. I could, but is that really what I want? No, so it is only right that I burst out of it and throw myself headlong into writing a new and exciting chapter in my life, searching for my new place in the world, trying to find meaning in my existence. The cards have now been laid on the table, and the time has come to rewrite the future that awaits me.